breakfast run in the morning. Oh man, just saw the Plotting You live the other day. It was an absolute blast, but I'm gonna go get some brekkie and I'm gonna come back. I'm gonna get into today's video about 2 years with the Mamba 3071R Turbo. Gotta stay safe in these country towns. They've got probably some of the strictest police officers I've ever seen out here where I moved to. And so I'm not trying to get on anybody's bad side. So apologies if this little morning drive isn't all that entertaining, other than the fact the car is cold. And I'm trying to be nice to it. Alright, you guys joined me from probably my favorite room in the whole house. So this is my game room that I've been super proud of over the last couple of weeks or so since I really finished it up. So yeah, we're gonna get into this video. I figured I'd do it in here versus the garage because the garage has so much echo and reverb and all that kind of stuff. Not my favorite place to go and film here, honestly. So this might be our backdrop for a lot of videos in the future, unless I'm out and about with the car. But for videos like this where I'm kind of just going over stuff, I'll be here more than likely. The pros of having a house to yourself is you don't have to worry about getting in the way of everyone else in the house, and so I don't have to film from my bedroom or outside or stuff like that. I can just film directly from inside the house with a cool backdrop like this. So yeah, let's get right into the video. Let's talk about 2 years with the Mamba 3071R. I am happy to report that not a lot of my opinions have changed from the 1 year update, but I posted a poll. A couple people wanted me to run it back this year, so I figured I would for you guys. So you guys had a more up-to-date video on my opinions on the turbo. So yeah, let's start off right. I'm going to kind of break things down into categories, and we'll end the video off with would I do this again, and some final thoughts. So first off, I'm going to talk about reliability. This one is probably the one that I get the most questions about, other than just basic how do you feel about this turbo kind of thing. The turbo has been perfectly reliable still. A lot of people are probably going to be really surprised to hear that. When I first got this turbo, there were some people I talked to, or friends of mine that I talked to their people about me getting this turbo, and it was just, oh, that's just cheap eBay garbage. It's gonna blow. It's like max speeding rods but worse, and stuff like that. And I was just like, no, I'm gonna give this a try. If I hate it, I will put them on blast however I need to. But thankfully I can report that I haven't had a single problem with this turbo. Even after 2 years, almost 20,000 miles on that turbo, I've had just nothing but positive things to say about it. It's been a really good turbo to me. I had the intake off relatively recently doing the Mark 8 PCV swap, and I was checking the turbo, making sure we didn't have shaft play and all that kind of stuff. It still spins really freely. It doesn't have any shaft play in it. I mean, that alone should be a testament, because I mean, a lot of people expect these cheaper turbos, these non-EQT branded turbos or non-TPC branded turbos or stuff like that to be cheap junk. And I think I can safely say that is not the case with this car, with this turbo. So very happy with that. Now, of course, a lot of people are going to say, oh, because you're not turning it that hard, because you're not at crazy boost. I mean, it is still 28 pounds of boost, and I still do pull after pull with that car. And I've done 2, maybe 3 sessions of autocross in it. I think 2. And it's held up perfectly fine. It's been an absolute trooper. In fact, I'm taking it on a track day in November, at least it's the plan, at Barber. So that'll be really fun. I'll do a video on that for you guys for sure. So I mean, yeah, I mean, the turbo's an absolute trooper, and sure, my tune is extremely conservative for multiple reasons, which I will talk about in the next video, because that is a topic I've been wanting to cover, but I've been trying to be, you know, the bigger man and not put companies on blast, but I'm getting to a point where I feel like I have to, which is really unfortunate. I'm really irritated with that, but I'm not going to get into that here, but yeah, I mean, overall, the turbo has been super reliable, even with the restrictions it has, which I'll talk about more in drivability. But yeah, I mean, it's been really good. I've been very impressed. It's been very reliable. It's been a trooper, to say the least. All right, so let's get into drivability next. Drivability is probably another one I get a lot of questions about, probably more so than the reliability stuff, but I do get pretty even, honestly, sometimes, between reliability and drivability. So drivability wise, like I said before in the last video, it is rather laggy. That turbo does have some inherent lag, and so that is something to think about when you're getting one of these turbos, is that you are going to lag a little bit. If you want to stick with that low spool, just get an IS38, get a 2260. Those will get you know, 400 wheel on pump gas. Well, not the IS38, but the 2260 will. IS38, you're pushing the 85 to get the 400 wheel, but unless you've got a real spicy tuner that's not afraid to kill it. But yeah, I mean, we've got a lot of lag with this turbo. It's not as bad as some, but part of that for me and my user experience with lag is more likely the restrictions in the car. I talked about them briefly during the reliability category, and I shouldn't have. The car still got a 3-inch catted downpipe on it. It still has a 2.5-inch catback on it, and I've got the OEM charge pipes in the car. Now, I do have charge pipes sitting at my parents' house that I forgot to bring here, that I will be putting on the car hopefully before the track day. I've got a couple things I want to get for it, which again will be in that same future video with the whole tuning fiasco. But yeah, I mean, like, those are some pretty heavy restrictions. So I think getting all three of those parts kind of worked out, getting a 4-inch catless on the car now that I live in an area where I can do that legally, getting a 3-inch catback on the car, and getting those upgraded charge pipes I bought on the car, it's going to be a billion times better on the lag department, I'm sure. It does still pull power all the way to redline. It's a really insane feeling going all the way to 7,200 RPM and getting, you know, boost the entire way there. It doesn't feel like it's falling off. It just goes. So, I mean, once you get in the boost, which for me is about 3,250, 3,500 RPM, which I'm sure would be closer to like 3,000 if I, you know, was able to get a lot of these restrictions pulled. It's a rocket. It's a whole new car, and I love that about it. It's got so much character in that turbo, which is what I wanted. I wanted something that had some fun to it and had a lot of power, usable all the way through. So, you know, very, very happy with that. Like I said, I would love to get some spool back out of it, so I think the 4-inch downpipe alone will be a huge help for that. So that'll hopefully be coming soon. Anyway, let's move on to the last thing I'm going to talk about, which is, would I do this again? And I would say absolutely. Last video I talked about the 2867 a good bit and talked about how I think if I could go back in time I would do that instead. And while I still do kind of have that sentiment, I think I'm going to hold that opinion, that ruling on that, until after the all the stuff swapped out, all the restrictions are swapped out, because maybe that lag that I've had so much trouble with because of my restrictions will go away after, for the most part, go away after doing all those parts, and that'll hopefully, you know, change my opinion a little bit on that, because drivability has always been something I care about the most in my cars, especially for street cars. I'm not a power chaser. I don't care to make 500, 600, 700, 800 wheel. You know, I want a car that's going to be really fun on the street, be able to whoop up on some people at the drag strip, and, you know, be able to put down some solid lap times if I need to. So, you know, that's more my focus. I'm a road course guy. I don't care about win and roll races. I don't care about all that stuff. I just want to have fun on track, and I want to have fun on the street without, you know, getting arrested for street racing every 5 minutes. So, yeah, that's that. I would totally do the turbo again. If you're chasing power, it's a really good option. If you want to have a fun car for the street, it's a really good option. You know, there's so much benefits to this turbo, and I think I can speak from personal experience that it's going to treat you well as long as you treat the car well. Much like anything else with owning a VW, treat it well, it treats you well. So do the same thing. Keep up your maintenance on the turbo. Make sure, you know, you're not starving it. Make sure your lines aren't kinked. Make sure you've got everything kind of figured out. Check it for shaft play. You know, all that kind of stuff. Keep your oil changes good so you don't have dirty oil circulating through your turbo. I mean, stuff like that, it'll treat you perfectly well. So that's my opinion on that. I would absolutely do it again in a heartbeat. It's like not even gonna think about it. I would just, hey, you want to do this again? Yeah. So anyway, guys, thank you guys so much for this watching this video. Hope you guys enjoyed it. I've got, like I said, I'm gonna work on that video for you guys as well, with like the changes I want to do to the car before the track day in November, and explaining the whole thing with the tuning fiasco, which I will probably do a whole nother video on once I figure out what's going on with the tuning stuff in the future. But thank you guys. I'll see you guys later, and have a good day.